Just one of them days. Ow! And a fish goes through. Do 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 boo. Ow! Do 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 do. Um. Um. In case it's not evident, in case it's not obvious, this is a stream about sports because look at the title. Look at all them balls. Just kidding, it's not about sports, but it's about balls. We're going to talk about balls. What's this about? It's about balls. We're going to talk about balls. Let's go, Gamecocks. Let's go, Gamecocks. That's a crazy name. Moving on. Be mature. Oh my gosh, Bex! You're exactly. Bex, what are you doing right now? What are you wearing right now? What's in your mouth right now? Bex, new science has occurred. Oh my gosh, I was about to say shifty poo! Pristini poo! I'm live. Sorta. Kinda. It's kind of like we're one away from like totally crafting it, you know what I mean? You grow the fuck up. Look at our little membership baby. Our little membership baby, what? It's like walking around, giving the middle finger. You know what I mean? Anyway, thank you, Perceive, for your support. Everybody else, fuck you. How damn dare. Follow suit, etc., etc. Yeah. Like, if everybody would get like 50 of their friends to do that, then maybe we'll like hit the threshold again. Okay, but here's the thing. Okay, so Pristine's part of this. Pristine, I owe you. I have already, okay. Wait, Bex. So, Bex, I need to find out from you specifically. I don't know if they're available because you're really busy, like, stealing stuff from McDonald's in the form of hack. Anyways, I just want to let y'all know. This one goes out to the ladies. That I had to synchronize with my girls this morning because I had to. I see you backstage. But I think we should talk not here. Not today, ma'am. Thank you. Respectfully to the person that was backstage. Hold on, that threw me for a moment. Let me just recalculate. Anyways, I had to sync up with my trifecta trio, which of course is Cookie, Navigator, Galentine. And when I fucking got on the same page as these bitches, we totally crafted. You know what I mean? That movie, The Craft, we like, I don't want to say we witched it out, but just for conversation purposes, we totally activated the news, you know, north, south, east, west, the whole fucking thing. And then it activated the stuff that I needed to activate to feel better. And here I am, feeling on top of the world, which may or may not also be related to the insane amount of fucking caffeine and fake sugar that I have incorporated into my bodily system, and now I'm operated on that. And here we are. Here I am, just fucking talking all the shit because I have to burn it off. But I'm not gonna go do cardio because that would be crazy. Fuck that noise. Anyways, back to the title of this stream, which of course is basketball, football, basketball, football, basketball, football, because that is code for balls talk. And so I don't think Bex is going to come up here. But Bex and everybody else, this is the question for you ladies. If you had a ball sack, how do you think you would treat it? Question mark. Hmm? That's the question. That's the question every woman has to ask herself. What in the world about the ball sack question? It's nut math. We're doing nut math. Because it occurred to me that here's how I feel. And it's controversial. But I feel like women are expected to do a lot. You know what I mean? You could legitimately, literally be growing a human inside of you, and yet you still gotta do laundry and maybe go to work and, you know, eat vegetables. Like, there's just a lot of responsibility. You know what I mean? And then the man, what does he gotta do? He's gotta grow a person. Well, see, then it gets complicated real fast because, like, he's part of the equation. You know what I mean? But it's just different. So then, and then if you're not growing a person, but you're doing things that enable that opportunity. Then you have the divine feminine things to do with the blessings and curse that it and they are. And so basically, I was having this conversation with one soul sister. Soul sister, hey sister, what would you do if you had a ball sack? Anyway, and so I was just bitching about stuff. Shocker. And I was just saying uh all the things, and I was expressing that there's like so little time uh where the currents and the moon aren't affecting me, or I can't blame them. And longer story shorter, short story longer is usually my vibe. But that there's basically like a very limited amount of days where I feel that like I'm not compromised by my own self in all the ways. Okay, does that make sense? Kind of, sort of, whatever. Okay, finally. Okay, hi. Hold my hand. Hold my
Well,
hand.
hello. Well,
Hi.
hello, Miss
Hi.
Shift.
Hi, Bex.
Hi, how are you?
I feel so much better. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm kind of in all the feels and all the stuff, and I'm also super caffeinated and sugared up, fake
Oh my
sugared.
God. I am too, and honestly, if you start to cry, I'm going to start to cry too, because I'm so easily influenced. I might even start to menstruate again, especially if
Yeah.
you're menstruating. So we need
Oh
to
my
like
gosh,
really
all over the place, of course. It's
I know,
just
I know, I know.
bleeding. Yeah. So, okay, so basically, so I'm having this conversation with my friend who you have to meet, and I'm talking to her about this situation, right? And we're girl talking because I'm trying to I was like overdue for, well, it was a whole fucking thing. So I was like trying to activate all the girl stuff to like just get things fucking going because they've been like a fucking mess for whatever. Anyways, so what activates the situation more than anything I've discovered? Nut math. And so I thought, well, maybe I just have been unfair to the patriarchy or whatever the fuck. So I started to say, there might only be like 3 days out of a month that like I feel totally like, you know, not affected by everything. Just like I don't know how many days in the month that you feel like you like don't have the ocean fucking with you or the moon yanking at your soul
I
center.
am the ocean. I'm extra large. I think it's every day. I think it's every day.
Oh
I'm
my
just
god.
a weak woman subject to the forces of nature with the
There you
moon and the
go.
ocean. I don't know
There you
why,
go.
but I'm
That's
so
because
grateful to the men's of the internet, to the experts on my gender, so that I don't have to think for myself at all. I
You
was
know
young.
what? Oh my gosh, Bex, do you think that's why people be siphoning the nectar of the gods?
Mm,
They don't even
why?
trust us with it anymore? Oh my gosh, I just figured it out.
Oh,
Okay,
Oh.
wait. But here's the thing. Here's the math. Here's the question. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
So what ended up happening was I was like in my feels about all this stuff, and I'm just like, and then I thought, you know what? Let me do like a sacrifice. You know when you gotta like do that when you have to get burn the skin to
Oh,
make it
yes.
the
Hashtag all women are witches.
yes.
Go on.
I love that you just get it. I love
I know. I know. The internet thinks I have a penis. I know. I keep
it.
looking
Oh
because I
my
think they might
god.
be right. Right. But
Right.
I don't know. The
Hold
more I talk to you, the more I know I don't. I'm so confused. I said I'm confused. I don't know.
Hold on, wait, I want to show you my dick. Oh, wait, I forgot. It's too big to fit on the screen. Okay, my bad. Okay, so I was talking to
But
my
nut math.
girlfriend.
Did you say nut meth or nut math?
Nut
Nut math? Oh, nut math.
mathematics. Yeah. So I was like, you know what? Maybe let me like, let's hear it for the boys. Let's give the boys a hand job or whatever, right? So, which of course I've been accused on the internet of giving sanction-based hand jobs, which is the
Oh,
best kind of hand job.
pixelated hand jobs where they use
No,
their own hand in their imagination of your voice and stuff. I know. I know.
no. Was it? I think it
I
was
call
a
that.
real life. What was it? Permission based. Permission based. Somebody said I gave a permission based hand job and then squirted everywhere. I think they got their information a little bit twisted. But moving on. Okay. So
Mm.
anyway,
hmm Well, I
um,
know some of the reason these men's might think we are ourselves is because we give such good pixelated hand jobs.
that's
Only a
right.
gay man or another man could do that well. They're coming
Mm.
for me. Can you hear it? Oh my
Yes,
goodness.
I do hear it. And it takes a real weak ass bitch to fucking be jealous of the pixelated handies that we've been just distributing. Anyways, okay, so anyways, so,
Non-consensually, I tell you, I ain't
oh my
screaming great for nothing, but I'm
goodness.
saying straight up, these men's and their fap fests, as I call them, fap fest, they're
Mm.
totally fap-tarded, and they
Oh,
like to think,
okay.
I mean, no disrespect. The men's, they
Right,
can masturbate all they want, I know.
that's right.
But
Get
I
it.
say listening to panels and masturbating is healthier than pornography, in my opinion. Okay?
Ah,
Mm-hmm. But it might skew things a little. There's a lot of men's voices on the panels, etc., etc. Anyway, I won't accuse any men's of being shadow homosexuals or whatever you want to
what?
call them. The
I
closet is
love
bright,
your
man. The
shit.
closet is bright. We have the lights on. We see you. We see you.
We see you, and we put a camera
Mm-hmm.
somewhere, find it, and squat over it, and
Mm-hmm.
bend over and
Mm-hmm.
pick it up, and whatever, cough.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I don't know exactly what you talked about, but I might endorse a question mark. Anyways, I got lost because whenever anyone talks about certain things that remind me of a certain crazy bitches that accused me of like I don't know when they fucked themselves on their own stream and then said that I fucking like revenge porn them, like the craziest shit people be doing out here. Anyways,
Well,
back to
I've learned.
math.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you
Oh,
about nut
not
math.
math. I know.
Yeah,
Not meth. Not meth.
not
That's
nut
not
math.
the aroma. Although
Yeah,
I know some of these men's, they really get high on that nut meth.
yeah,
That's what
which
they
is
do
weird
all day
because
long.
yeah, because this is not just for the men; it's for everybody's out. It's really about bringing people together to do, the math. Anyways, and so I was like
Mm,
thinking about all the things. I'm talking about the ocean and the tides and the mercury and Gatorades and the whole things, yeah. And and then I thought, well, maybe I should do like a sacrifice, as I was telling you. And so I thought I would like sprinkle on some generosity for the men's. And I was saying how like they do got to deal with some stuff too, and I just assume that one
mm,
of the greatest uh situations that the greatest things that they have to deal with on a daily is their ball sack, where they gotta like be
mm.
concerned about where it is, how it's doing, its directionals, because I just imagine how in danger my ball sack would be if I was an owner of one, because I
My
just
goodness.
imagine that I would like squish it and like I just basically the second that I thought about being the owner of ball sack,
hmm
the first thought was my ball sack is bruised. How do you feel that you?
I, mm-hmm. It makes me think that some of the men, they have to wear tighty whities or they will hurt themselves every time they sit down.
Right. Well,
perhaps,
that's
right?
cheating. Don't you think that's cheating?
Well,
I
if not, well, if not, wouldn't they have to do the whole cup and sit, and it'd be awkward for the rest of us, them grabbing themselves in public all the time?
Okay, well, I'm just talking about like when you're like solo dolo, just like, you know what I mean? Because like I was in
Oh,
my gym when I was having this conversation, and so I was just thinking about like if I was free balling, that like because I was like talking about basically I was just like complaining about that I had like I always have to I feel like I have to pee all the time. Like the second I'm done peeing, I like take a sip of something and then I gotta pee again, and I'm just like, what the
mm-hmm.
fuck? Stop it! And so then that made me think about when I sat back down, like in my comfy spot, and I was like, dude, if I just sat down all like willy nilly like that, I probably would have squished my ball sack right now. And then it made me feel
What if?
empathy or sympathy.
Well, yeah. What if actually the pain that the men are feeling right now is chronic bruised ball syndrome,
Yo, C B, wait,
and
B.
they're not mad at the devouring spirit of their single mother or whatever it is that they're
No, that's totally
claiming.
not
You know,
it. It's C B
yeah, it
B
is
S.
bruised ball syndrome.
Oh yeah, BBS. We'll just the BBS. No, but seriously,
The
I'm like, I
BBS.
got like, so then here's the thing. So then the second I said it out loud, like how bruised my ball sack would definitely be, I got like super self conscious about it because I'm like, you know what? Because I made this mistake, Bex, of allowing myself to be vulnerable and honest on the interwebs. And I came out here and I confessed loud and proud that yes, in a wilderness survival in the wilderness situation, I'm gonna be one of two bitches. I'm either gonna be the bitch that nervously eats all of the rations of everybody because I'm hungry and I'm scared, right? Or I am gonna be the fucking hero that saves the Snickers in my pocket and just waits for everyone to be like just about to, expire, and then I'm gonna be like, but wait, if I can pull out an attack, you know what I mean?
I do.
and
I do.
and in both situations, if I'm approached by a bear, I'm not running because I'm not going down like that. I'm not going to go down running from a fucking bear. I'm going to lay down and take it like a man. Ain't nothing more
Oh, you know what
embarrassing than like running from bear situation. Like I can do bear math. I'm going to lose.
so bear balling away from a bear. It's just nightmarish. Like
Yeah.
I'm getting with you on this empathy thing. In fact, I was thinking the more we talk about this, the
Yeah.
more I think that that we don't talk about this often enough. But I think
No.
ascended and or microtestes, in addition to a micropene, may
Mhm.
be the
Mhm.
solution to this problem. It
Yeah.
sounds like it'd be safer in nature. You can just
Mhm.
like hop down, okay, onto anything. You're way less vulnerable at, say, having other animals with penis envy posturing to you
Mhm.
in the forest if you haven't made your clothes yet. Like,
Right.
yeah, I'm just saying, I want to say shout out to the ascended testes, gentlemen out there in their micro penises. They may be the ones that do survive in the end.
Right. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you're not like worrying like, oh my gosh, oh no, it's a chain link fence. My balls might get stuck or my
Mm-hmm.
mother hurt. You know what I mean? Like you
Yeah.
have way more confidence doing like all those maneuvers from like 80s shows when you like slide across a car roof. You know what I mean? You're not like, where are my balls right now? You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
get a fucking go.
It makes naked nightmares that much more realistic. Like I showed up naked
Mhm.
somewhere. It's not
Mhm.
just the embarrassment of the nakedness, it's the
Mhm.
vulnerability of the ball sack.
The ball sack is so fragile. I also feel like sometimes I don't know, like I have weird and they're not even phobias because I want to honor them, but like I it's kind of like an invasive thought that I don't want to have where I think about like what if my belly button not undoes
Mm-hmm.
and then I just imagine becoming inside out
It is
person, you know
so
what I mean,
funny
like
that you would
immediately.
say this. Can I digress slightly?
Yes,
My father,
I
okay,
guess all
he's a
over the
general.
place.
My father's a general practitioner who taught us almost all the scientific words for the body parts. Okay, and he was very happy to walk out into the world and show off his little army of factoids, right? Factoid spewers, right? But my dad used to tell us, and so he got us like all like into this whole my dad cannot lie, my dad knows all things body, my dad, you know what I mean? Like he saves lives, he delivers babies, blah, blah, blah. So my dad used to tell us when we were touching our belly buttons, right? He'd be like, get your finger off that. Do you know what happens if you undo that? We'd be like, what? Your bum falls off. Do you know how many times I've had to reattach bums in the hospital to little children like yourselves? Okay. No. You can't undo that belly button. It holds your bum on. That's what he used to say. And we believed him. Okay. Always trying to actually, it's kind of like sadistic, trying to undo the belly button, to get a rise out of dad, when actually the man was terrified that he would have to take us to the hospital. Because in Canada, in a social healthcare system, doctors can't be the doctors of their children, right? So it's like my dad couldn't help us even if he wanted to. It's against the rules,
I think that's really
So
fascinating that
it is.
the assumption if you undo your belly button, your bum falls off.
Yes.
Why not the whole just like lower torso, like lower half?
I don't know. I never asked.
That's weird. Also, shout out to the person who's in the chat typing about, I have no fucking clue. And typing too, I don't even know. I don't know what that means about 5K. I don't know what you're talking about bully. But here's the thing. Get your nutsack out of your fucking butt crack and shut the fuck up. Go hug a bear.
I Miss Becca, I won't tell you the lore behind my alter ego that was made when I came out here as Miss Becca, okay? I ain't got a good accent because I'm Canadian and we ain't got people that talk like this up here, okay? So I made up my own. Anywho, I tell you, I came out and I had a baby, and that baby, her name was Epiphany. Ironic.
Beautiful.
I want to know, is that my daughter? Is that my long lost daughter?
Yeah. Wouldn't that be so awesome if right now all of a sudden this warps into like a Jerry Springer show or like a movie Maury Povich and like we came out and we had the results?
That would be.
And then like Epiphany came out, took off their glasses and became like the hot girl, you know what I mean? And just like went from like not to hot, like real. It was like 4 episodes, and then Ricky Lake showed up just because why not? Let's just sprinkle them all on there. Anyways, but here's the thing, Epiphany. Again, like, maybe don't look, hug a bear or hug yourself. That's the thing. And also, maybe sit down and really think about: do you have a ball sack? And if you don't, what would happen if you did have a ball sack? Because that is really what we should all be pondering. Not enough people stop. Not enough ballish people stop and wonder about ball sacks. You know what I mean? About like, oh my gosh, there's a charging dog. Oh my gosh, there's a toddler with hard bottom shoes. Oh my gosh, there's a fucking counter corner coming up. You know what I mean? All the things that worry ball sacks. These are important things, like fuck, care about something, get outside yourself. You know what I mean? Think about all the zippers that ball sacks be fearing in the world. God, y'all are selfish.
And I was wondering, actually, you make me think about the fact that some women's breasts, for instance, kind of point off in the direction such that they kind of live next to one another in this, like, we can barely see each other in our peripheries, and we're happy with that. Don't try and push us together in a push-up bra. We're over here, we're hanging out, we're stuck together, but we don't want to look at each other. You know what I'm saying? They have sometimes, right?
Wait.
Sometimes a woman's breasts are pointed off in different directions, okay? A little bit spaced apart. It's just anatomical.
You're talking in like boob person right now?
Am I talking in what? I can switch.
Boob person? Are you talking from the perspective of boobs right now?
I was, but I was going to jump down. I was going to jump down from the breast to the ball sacks, okay? With the analogy of this breasts hanging in directions, not wanting to be a pair. And it reminded me of one time out here, I was talking to a man and some women. Okay, I might say who. I was talking to Mr. King TL and Mr. Thorpe and Mrs. Grace Thorpe. Okay, and they were talking about his
boobs.
They were talking about Mr. King TL's one nut that he'd had removed because it was ascended his whole life, and caused him complications. It was hilarious. Okay, we laughed in good fun and made good jokes about his one ball. But it reminded me one time I was on a boat in Mexico on my way to the jungle from Puerto Vallarta, Mexico.
Yes.
Yeah. These locals had offered me. I'm going to switch back to my English voice for now. My
Okay.
normal voice. Yeah, and these guys had offered me and my friend to take us on a jungle tour, right? Like these locals, because we had gone down there. We won't get into what a good deal I got going to Mexico the second time I went.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, we got, they offered to take us out on a boat ride. We're sitting in this boat, and this guy turns to us, this chatty guy turns to us, Carlos, and says, "Tengo un huevo más grande que el otro, güey."
Ah,
Okay?
Dios mío. Okay, go on.
I know, out of the blue. And that means I have one ball bigger than the other.
It's summertime. It's summertime.
We're just sitting there, me and my friend Allie. Of course, it's me, Bex, right? Soft dancing Allie. Shout out Allie. Yeah, and we look at each other because she always had a better handle on the slang, even though there was really no slang in that. And we look at him, and I'm like, I look at her, and I'm like, is that testicles he's talking about? Of course, he understands testiculo. And
Right.
and in essence, he starts laughing and telling us he was born with an ascended testy. Okay,
Yeah,
I hadn't thought about Carlos
like, why
in
is
years.
this?
For that.
Is this like some sort of like seaman boat? Like do you take an oath to disclose this information to your passengers?
I know exactly. Like
Is
it's
it
one of those. They have to
this,
tell us. They have to tell us what they're doing.
is it like a buoyancy thing? Like, sorry, we only got like one rescue like floaty on the boat. Only one of you will, sir. It's very Titanic. Okay, go on.
Well, I'm thinking in this one ascended testy stuff, which I won't get into the X0, XXXY, XXXY, XYXXXY stuff that I'm usually into, which is genetics. Okay, we'll just
Yep.
talk from the straight up
Yep.
XXXY perspective,
Go
and
on.
I would say that in essence, this one ball. Okay, having one ball up and one ball down may be advantageous in the end, especially out in nature being pursued by bears. I think we're learning why I think we're learning why genetic mutations exist today. If you ain't laughing, you're learning. Sometimes both. Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Ricky Bobby, for that breakdown, that bear breakdown. If you ain't first, you're last.
Well, what if you lose? What if you lost? You lost your down ball. You still have your
See,
up
that's what I
ball.
was thinking.
Right?
Like, if your upper ball's like just your reserve ball, you know what I mean? Like for your just in case ball, it's not a bad deal. You know what I mean?
I agree. And then if you lost the up ball, like King TL has, okay, you might be a little more careful with your lower ball, right?
Right.
You might not let people know you have that disadvantage from the advantage that you once had.
Yeah.
I wouldn't publicize it. Competing men competing for a woman's attention with you might try and injure that one last ball, is all I'm saying. And then suddenly your viable position becoming this husband of this amazing YouTuber to season her virginity may actually be off the table.
I like how it went from like general to super specific. Also, I like how again, like I'm like a visual, like I like have to animate whatever the fuck you're saying, and so I like started to make it like flag football, and so I like imagine the like ball sack as the flags, and then it was like all of a sudden they're like one ball down, and they just got this one little flag left, and they're just like fucking slaloming through shit, just like trying to fucking wiggle their way through. With their like ball sack just hoping, wishing and hoping and thinking and praying.
If I had a Tinder profile, if I were one to online date and even know which direction to swipe in, I would actually be right now going onto my Tinder profile and changing what I'm looking for to straight up a man with an up ball and a down ball. And guess what? I'm menopausal. I'm postmenopausal. I shouldn't even care.
You're such a catch. You know what I want to do? I want to redo the fucking movie The Fugitive, but I want it to be a one ball man that gets blamed for shit. And I want it to be like somehow like way more what's that called? It's not like apocalyptic.
Inclusive?
No, I want it to be more like It's like the beginning of Terminator 2 where like everything's on fire and it's all foggy and weird and scary and there's like that ominous music like where it's like kind of sounds like a robot like Godzilla is like gonna come stomping around. But then yeah, I don't know. It's a work in progress.
Mhm,
Moving on.
mhm. It's funny how you were going apocalyptic and I'm going intersectional, inclusive.
Wait, we're not talking that. See, that makes me think of couches, which is a whole other different fucking Oprah.
Well, I know they don't show them in movies, but how often are they actually including the one bald men of the world? How do they feel
No.
about their inclusion in these couplings online and their representation? No, never is it after or before the sex scene, the conversation between where it's like, whoa, whoa, you know, that's
Okay,
beautiful
but
and
you,
unique.
I don't even like. Whatever. I was gonna say, like, how fast would you even notice a single bullet? Yeah, I'm assuming. I don't know
It's
what
a
the
good point.
phrase
It's
is.
a good point.
Because
I
they
think the
kind
lower
of
they, I
like.
think the lower they dangle, the quicker you might notice.
I mean, I don't know. I'm like a lady, so I don't know. I'm whatever. But
Yeah.
I feel like I wouldn't be like, "Where's his friend?" You know?
It's true. It's true. I would not even address it sensitively unless it was brought up with me because as you can see, I'm very aware of
Yeah.
men's sensitivities. So
Mhm.
plus, I mean, the men online have told me that the only thing that matters is that I speak when spoken. No, that's children. Speak when spoken to. We
Oh, you mean
are
only
not
be
supposed
heard
to
when you're
speak at
seen or
all, actually.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Be seen, not heard. I mean, wait, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, and also go make me a sandwich. But here's the
Mhm.
thing: like, I was on YouTube for like 2 weeks before I just started calling everybody a cunt and telling them to make me a sandwich because I just was like, let's just establish order here. Let's just get this out of the way. I hate the fucking one. Like, you know what I mean? Look at what it's done for me. All this time later, have people coming in here being all like bully this and whatever. Here's the thing: look what we're doing. We're doing science. We're doing belly button spout science. We're doing fucking nut
Yeah.
math. Where
Well,
else
and
are who else is doing the Lord's work?
she's got she's got the spirit of the devouring absent mother in her because
There
why
you go.
here I am sitting as Epiphany's mother and
There you
that was
go.
directed. She came in at me. Okay.
That
I
was at
think she
you
was
for sure.
coming at you, but the second comment was at me, right?
Ouch.
Because I think I left, if you know the lore, I mean, she was left in, I can't actually say where she was left. I don't want to admit how
Here's
awful
the
it was
thing.
when I was doing
Forget about it.
my religious research on YouTube and anyways, where I left my child. I apologize. I apologize, Epiphany. I really do.
I
That
have that
being said,
dream.
in my
Whenever
sector, oh, sorry.
no, I just was gonna say I have this like whenever I like I hardly remember my dreams. A majority of the dreams I do remember, I have a daughter. It's always a baby girl. And a few of those times, like it involves a shopping cart, and then I don't know where they went. Both the shopping cart and the baby? Question mark. Do you have that dream?
No, but I don't have that specific dream. But do you live in a place where some people may need to use, abandoned baby carriages for things that don't hold babies? Do you live in a place where that might happen in your downtown core, right?
I
Where some
mean,
people may use them as a
I feel,
shopping cart, baby
I feel
carriages and
like
stuff.
I feel like we were in the market in the dream. But I also feel like it's kind of like a reasonable transportation situation for baby. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to answer that. What up, cowboy? Um.
Yeah, the
Also,
only
where?
reason I say that is because I'll
Yeah.
often turn to those people and say, "You've lost your baby." Because I have plans. I live in a socialist country and I've been inspired by these people so that when I'm old and I don't have enough money for retirement, I can just knit a bunch of yarn babies, throw them into one of these abandoned baby carriages, cover it up, and run around telling everyone, shh, my babies are sleeping
Sleeping, right?
until the
I know that's
government finds me housing.
great. Okay. I like that you are a forward thinker. I like that you have a plan. I find that
Thank
really appealing and really
you.
responsible of you. Like, good for you. I applaud you.
Thank you. Fake Mormonism is another good plan for people out
Oh,
there.
that's such a good plan.
You give 10% of your income now
Yeah.
for full care in the future. And since I'm
Super smart.
postmenopausal, it's perfect. None of the men will want me.
Oh
They want
God.
to bring
Oh my
spirits from
God.
the abyss. They're
Yo,
destined to bring spirits from the abyss. Procreation is everything to the Mormons. Uh,
yo.
yes,
I'm
I'm
gonna.
useful as a step grandmother and stuff, but
Oh
I'm
my
just
God. I
saying
thought
the
you
men
were gonna
won't be
say.
wanting to breed with me. They can't, right? They
I thought you were gonna say something totally different. I was gonna have to
can't.
hurt you. I was talking to my friend the other day, and you know what she said? She said that she was diagnosed with premenopause 13 years ago, and she's still going through it. I can't even imagine. Because I said to her, I
Wow.
said, "Well, isn't everybody that like has a cycle premenopausal until they stop?" Like, like,
It's like,
but
it's kind of
but
like we don't use the word celibacy for virgins when they're young, right? We're not like, we
yeah,
don't look at people and be like, so how long were you
but,
celibate for when you were born? Till
please.
when? We're like, no, actually, when did you lose it? When did you start? When did you, bounce chicken?
Oh, we have an
When did you
invitation.
first see balls?
Oh,
you know?
good grief. One or
Um,
two. Oh, that's like another thing. So, and I've told this for like a whole bunch because it's like it makes me giggle in that way. But so one of my like really great guy friends, he's an only child, and he grew up to be quote unquote too old before he learned like how many nuts like people are supposed to have.
okay.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
and so he knew that he had two, but he didn't. He thought it was kind of like maybe there was like a grab bag situation, like maybe that guy has three, that guy has like 12, that guy has eight, like he didn't know until it was like gym class, until he was like homeschooled for a while. And then when he got to like middle school, I guess, and then it was like gym class, and he like looked around, and it was like kind of like, oh, like, oh my gosh, everybody has two balls for the most, you know what I mean? Like, and he was like, it was like this whole like epiphany, if you will, that like there's a standard number, there's an expectation, there's a,
I'm
there's
so glad
something.
that it's that way and that it's not like standard dick size for all men and
Hmm.
how many balls you got. And now they're bragging about who has the most balls, right?
Right?
Instead of who has the biggest dick. Like
Oh my
some men would have
God.
so many balls that it would just envelope their standard sized penis, and
Oh
it would
my
just like
God.
you would want a man with less balls in that case.
Oh my gosh. Bex, can I recommend a terrible movie for you that I want you to watch?
Yes, please do.
Can you please watch the movie Night Bitch and report back to me?
Yes, I can. I just learned how to turn my phone into a computer in desktop mode
Yes,
and use
yes,
these sites and
yes.
ad blockers and everything. Your phone is a
Oh,
computer, friends. It
okay, you
won't let you
have to
share
watch.
videos on YouTube, though. It won't let
Okay,
you play videos on YouTube.
watch Night Bitch
Yeah,
and report back to me.
I
It
will.
has
I will.
everything, hoop earrings and
Can
Night
I
Bitch.
confess something to you that I'm so proud of in this very moment? That is one of
Yeah.
those things like one time, for instance, I'll just set it up a little. One time, I might have told you this before, but, I was pursued by a pen pal, let's say on the internet, but not while he was in, from a dating site. Anyways, this might be why I never went on Tinder, because one of the men that I wrote on Craigslist back in the day, who wrote beautiful letters back to me, we met for coffee within the first 15 minutes, told me he'd done 18 years for, first
Hmm.
degree. And I was like, as much as
Oh,
I want to rebel against my doctor father, this isn't going to fly.
good grief.
Right.
Wait,
So,
wow.
and plus I just wasn't that attracted to him. Like maybe if I'd been more attracted to him. But I
You
was
would have
young,
been
and
like
that's,
that
yeah.
whole
So
murder
fast
thing
forward
you
to 15
do
years
it.
later, when I'm standing outside, a little more, worn down, I'd say myself, having a smoke after a comedy show. And this guy outside tells me he's done 12 years for second degree. And I'm like,
What?
well, who hasn't lost a decade? Who doesn't have regrets? Right.
Right.
And I wondered at that moment, has my picker and choice selection gotten better or worse? Right. Are my standards higher for going with the second degree or lower for going from it all? Right. So I was going to tie that into, how I'm feeling right at this moment. okay, how I'm feeling right at this moment is this is the first stream I've been on since I started live streaming on anywhere I went 2.5 years ago. My own channel launched 2 years and 2 days to the minute almost. Okay. That being said, I've never wanted more to send this video out to absolutely everybody I know and say, this is what I do. I am so proud to be here with you right now. This is the best moment of mine on YouTube ever. This is
That
the
is
best live stream
so,
so far.
that is so nice.
It's true. It's fun.
That's
It's
so nice.
humorous. No one's being hurt, although the men's might be. The men's
Hmm.
might be, but that's their bruised ball syndrome.
That is
Mm-hmm,
approved ball syndrome, and here we are
mm-hmm,
acknowledging it.
mm-hmm.
Here we are acknowledging all the bruised ball sacks. Yep.
Exactly.
Oh gosh. Do you see who's backstage? Do you see who's backstage?
Oh, just a moment.
The
Excellent.
eyebrows.
I do see.
Eyebrows.
I do
We have
see.
eyebrows and filth backstage. So shit's about to change. But I wanna
Excellent.
like savor this moment of absolute disbelief for me, but I'm honored to hear that. And psychosomatic phantom ball pains. That's the name of my hair guitar band. What up, Houston? We're psychomatic phantom ball pains.
Somebody just sniped that as a sock account already. Sniped. You better go make it. Go make it.
Oh my god, I wish I could hurry up and make a psychosomatic phantom ball pains profile. What would the picture be? Just like a cute little ball sack wearing like a Zorro mask or something. Ah. All right.
You know,
So,
actually, I can see it. If you take the bruised head emoji and kind of squash
oh,
it and change its
yes.
color, although it has to be all the colors, right? From yellow all the way down to brown, even though I'm not sure if they took the yellow out of the fucking. They canceled. I thought I saw it on Mulberry Street, all because of the word yellow. And well, the color yellow and some words like Chinaman and stuff like that. I'm just saying, okay. But now we have, anyways, back to the balls, right? The ball emoji, for the psychosomatic ball pain, phantom ball pain.
Yeah.
I can see it. I see it in that
Yes,
emoji and in all the
indeed.
colors of the skin rainbow.
Mhm.
And plus the
Mhm.
yellow that doesn't represent anyone's skin, but represents the emoji's skin itself, the non-skinned emoji. The universal color of man is yeller in emoji.
I see trees of grain, psychosomatic phantom ball pains. Cowboy, I'm gonna let you up for like 2 seconds, and then I might have to get back to synchronizing with my sister, my soul sister here.
It's all good. I just come up and say, Bex, don't watch that night shit. You'll regret it. She's setting you up. The bitch is setting you up. Don't fucking do it.
Mutiny. No, Cowboy is one of the few that did get on the night bitch boat, and I told Opie, oh, you kicked himself. Damn, that's my favorite thing to do. Damn, come back so I can kick you. Yeah, so he did watch Night Bitch. There were a few of us that did. Look, I told you that it's horrible, but you have to watch it. I will watch it with you.
I will. And it's called Night Shift.
No,
Night Bitch.
it's called Night Bitch, which is the best combination of words.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, you know that chick? What is her name? What is the actress's name? She's like a redhead chick. Okay, did you watch the U.S. version of The Office?
Yes.
She dated Jim.
Oh, I mean, a few episodes, but not religiously.
No, really. She's like super cute. She kind of wait. Did you see the movie Enchanted? I didn't see it, but I know that I think she's the actress that plays the princess in Enchanted. She's like she's famous. I can't think of her fucking name. Hold on, let me go look it up.
Okay.
Night bitch, night bitch.
Probably good.
Actor.
I'd like to say when you visited my live stream, I really wish that I'd done a similar thing where I'd been like, hey, actually, Shifty's here. Nah, 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 nah. It would have been a totally different thing. It was a happy birthday stream, and suddenly it turned into happy birthday. Who's your mommy? I'm your mommy. I need to manage the panel of boys. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to speak out of turn. They're men. They're men, and I'm not supposed to speak at all. But it was my
Makes sense.
anyway.
Amy Adams is the actress. Amy Adams.
Amy Adams. Yep. I think. Okay, I'm gonna look.
So
that I
she's
don't
my
just.
bitch. Yeah. There's like so much wrong with the movie, but also there's a couple parts that are just so. Sorry, I'm like sort of like having like traumatic flashbulb moment memories of this fucking movie.
Flashball.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, and I thought can we just go back to the comment?
Yeah.
I mean, just briefly, where someone came in and said something about 5,000 Ks and bully. First of all, I think a pro would have been Bali. All right, stick with
They
the
missed
conversation. Okay.
You really wait. You wait. You really dropped the ball on that one. Bada bing, bada boom.
Exactly. And then I just want to say one thing, since we hadn't even said anything about her, obviously, even though I know it's painful for me. I left my daughter by the same name, the namesake, that she may be the very daughter that I left behind here on YouTube in a religious channel in the basement. Anywho, I just wanted to say to her, where I come from, we say, that's you.
That's a you problem.
That's you. Well, who came in? Yeah, go out there, find her, and one in and be like, oh, eh.
Here's the thing, like, do you think that was about you or me, or is that like or have we summoned like a dual? I don't want to say like demon, but just for quickness purposes, like, do you think that that's our fucking karmic, whatever the fuck that came in to do that?
Like, is she she's our collective? She came in to speak to us as a unit. Like, she's seeing us as a ball sack, as a pair of balls together.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, do we have a pet? Oh, I think we just leveled our relationship. Oh, we have a little epiphany something.
That's so sweet. We'd like to, when she comes back, it'd be nice to know whether we're side by side, like we are on the panel here. Whether we're like, stacked like in a vertical live stream, up or lower, right? Right?
Right.
Or anywhere in between,
Yeah.
Yes.
I was gonna try to do like a whole layout thing, but I just like don't even want to risk pushing any buttons. You know what I mean? They're way over there. Anyways, I just really want to get back to, remember that time you were telling me about how like this is your favorite stream ever, and I just like I just really want to savor that moment. But I also want to say how damn dare on behalf of every other moment that we've shared, where for example, like plutonium nipple happened and stuff like that. Like those were really precious moments.
It's true. It's true. I am definitely not ranking this one in essence, like above those other streams, because, for instance, it's just you and me, and in other streams there was 3 of us at all. There would be no plutonium nipple, for instance. Would there not have been a third person, i.e. a Mr. Spike, this LA Spike, shout out on the panel, right?
Shout out to Spike.
Exactly. Yes, I absolutely. I mean, some of my favorite foodie content on the internet are his shorts. I'm just saying. Amongst many other things. Straight up, that's one of my favorites.
Okay.
Yes, but uniquely, I know I won't get into the history of myself on in the internet. You can go just search my handle. You'll find all the stuff.
Nobody's gonna do that. Nobody's gonna do that. Love, respectfully.
Thank you. So it's just so refreshing. Good, light-natured humor,
right?
Serious topic, science. Because I thought, if Cowboy had come up, we could have started. Might have gotten too personal. We might not have what would I say? Pegged down the wording of our question, pinned him down, stretched, like stilettoed and stretched him out a little to just see, how we want to talk to the men's about. Do you have an upper and a lower? Because we're intrigued.
Here's the thing. I feel like Cowboy. I feel like he's got like extra storage somewhere, just based on, or he's lost them all because like danger. You know what I mean? Like where he just is like I feel like he's the kind of guy that like might rip one off and like keep on walking, just be like whatever. You know what I mean? Like that's Like we just like got one left, you know, just like keep on fucking being a man dude out there. You know what I
He's
mean?
right. He might be part octopi in
Oh,
that sense. But did you know that octopus, when they breed, okay, octopus, and I'm not trying to say he has 8 of these, but we were talking about him just like ripping off a testicle if need be,
right.
right?
I mentioned that,
Um,
yeah. Mhm.
yes, the octopus, they actually have 8 phalli,
What?
phallusi, whatever. They have 8 penises. And the female octopus breeds with the male octopus and gets to what? Take it home, souvenir, right?
She
Like
takes a
sex
dick.
shop and sex, right?
She
Like,
takes a dick. Wait,
and
she takes a dick with her.
yeah, she gets to keep it, right? Like free
That's
vibrator. I
cool.
don't know how long it lasts,
Wait, does
but
the octopus live?
it grows back.
Oh, it's got like an axolotl dick. Axolotl.
hmm 8 of them, got 7 more. Can do 8 in a day. I don't know how fast they grow
Wait,
back. Maybe 8, 16, 32, 64, etc., etc., etc.
hike. Yeah. Wait, you gotta like. Does the chick
That's
octopus gotta fuck
this is
all
dick
the?
math.
All, yeah. Does the okay? Wait. How many female inputs are there on the power
Whoa.
board?
That
Like, are
is the
there
most.
other? No, no, you can't leave me without knowing this octopus fuck math. No, thanks. Well, if you want her to come back, where's my cash app? Just kidding. Hold on, let me put the link down there. Oh, okay, never mind. She's back. Don't you
I
ever
got
do
so
that to me
excited by
again?
that question, I slipped
Oh.
right off the couch. I slipped right off the couch.
Okay, so I need to know, like, okay,
That
is
gives
there?
new definition to multi-orgasmic. Multi-orgasmic.
Okay,
I'm
hold
gonna
on.
look it up.
Okay, wait.
You know,
Is there one? Is it like a road? Okay, don't make me ask the question. But like, are the 8 to go dicks competing for one?
I didn't even know. Like, do you get like different octopi out of each dick? Like, is it like a survival of the fittest? But like, which one do you match? You take it. It's
Hold
like
on. Look.
it's like
I'm gonna fact check this. I
it's
have
like
to.
the
I
Little
have
Red
to.
Riding Hood. You look up vaginas. I'm looking up penises.
No, I'm
It's
looking at how many dicks do octopus have? Is my question. How many dicks
but this is
do
it could be like the Little Red Riding Hood of the sea, where like this one's too
hold
big, this
on?
one's too small, this one's just perfect. You know,
Wait.
this one is matches my special abilities. This one, this one's gonna make a spotted baby. This one's gonna make a big octopus. I'm
Okay,
fascinated.
wait. Can you hear me?
Oh, it's only saying 4-headed penis now, huh?
Wait,
Huh? You know
hold
what
on a
science
second.
said in the newspaper
Hold
when I
on.
was like 15
Yeah,
that they
hold
had
on.
8.
I'm getting different information. First of all, my Google, this is the first time it's like kind of like refusing to do a search. It's kind of like, bitch, no. Because I actually typed in how many dicks faux octopus have, and it was like, bitch. So then I changed it from faux to do, which I meant to type in the first place, and it still was giving me this fucking night bitch response. But hold on, wait.
Yeah, it's saying echinideds. That's saying echinadas. Is that echina? I don't even know what it said.
No. But wait, can you hear me over here? Can you hear me over
Yeah,
here?
can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah. But okay, it says there's nothing octo about the male octopus. They have 7 tentacles and a specialized limb for transferring sperm. In other words, the 8th leg is a penis.
Okay, so does it get taken? Can we find out? Because look,
Okay,
I know I'm
uh,
going to be accused of spreading misinformation, but I'm going to
yeah,
tell
this
you
is
whatever
people
little
come here for
newspaper article
facts.
that was
People come
cut
here
out
for
of.
facts. So right now we're trying to figure out how many dicks an octopus. What
Does
is this channel? Also, hi, navigator.
well, I'd just like to. I'm going to come. I'm sorry. I'm on the other. Before we go any further in this research, I'd just like to just take a moment to make a disclaimer. I got to come back to you though. I don't know. Are you there? Yeah,
Yeah.
here I am. Okay. Sorry, I was opening up a second. I use a new browser called Whaler, and I'm still learning how to use it. That's how I got backed out. But I just wanted to say, science thought we had 48 chromosomes till 1956. So if in 1987, I happened to read an article that said octopi have 8 penises because science may have just discovered one of them was a penis and inferred that they all were, I'm going to put it on scientific learning misinformation more than me purporting and making up shit. Okay. But yes, I'm sorry. I just had to make that disclaimer because science thought we had 48 chromosomes and then told us we had 46. So we might have, again, been extra excited about the penis arm of the octopi. We understand why. For a long time, only men could be scientists. And still now, most of the men of the internet say only men can be anything. So,
You feel better?
sorry, you're looking up the fact.
Okay, so I'm told that male octopus do not typically detach their entire penis after mating. Instead, they use a specialized arm called the hectococylus to transfer sperm packets to the female. In some species, like argonauts, the hectococylus is detachable and is presented to. Oh my god! They take their dick off and they're like, "My lady." I bet they have like a little top hat, and it's presented to the female, but it's not the entire penis. The hectococylus is not a true penis, but rather a modified arm used for transfer of spermages. Or excuse me, man nectar. So we're not crazy.
We may be talking about an evolution of a transgender reverence in a species.
I don't know what's trans about it. I think it's just really like a generous genital offering where it's like, look at my dick. Here is my dick. Look at it, bitch. Do you want the
if
part of
you
this
had to
shit?
remove it to offer it up to your mate, and
Yeah,
it does grow back, but there's a period where it's got to grow back before you can take it off and offer it up again. I mean, you'd really be selecting your mates differently.
I don't know, because here's the thing. What if the octopus like just cut off a part of one of his other arms and is going around for oh my gosh, that's like a fucking, like, that is some kind of like empty ball fucking like I was gonna say like sperm burglar, but it's not that at all. It's like, what kind of like fucking what?
Well, I just have a feeling that it gives the female octopi the opportunity to, before that's ever offered up, and before they have the responsibility of being a parent to like a million fucking baby octopus at once, that's a lot.
Right. Yeah.
They actually might be more interested in, I'm going to call it tenticular stimulation, you know?
Oh.
And maybe even multiple tenticular stimulation at the same time, right? From their very same mate, and just to save the whole offering up of their phallus, right? For real, serious, like basically marriage, making babies and rearing them together.
Is that part of it? I mean, I don't know if that's part of it, because they're going to be, I feel like they're going to be spending a lot of time like, bitch, I'm trying to grow back my dick over here. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So, all the more reason why they're like, here, take these 7 other, right? And leave this one alone. I ain't offering it to nobody. And next thing you know, that guy, he's been out getting, he's been going to glory holes, you know?
Yeah. I'm so mad at Octopus.
Yeah, well, like, and before the children are ever reared, he comes out as gay. Never has to remove it.
No, I'm now like fucking mad at dude octopus, which I know that's what they're called, multiple, because I feel like they're like, babe, well, I have 7 other ones. You don't see me cutting off my other arms and just giving it away. Like, we're supposed to give you brownie points for that? Like, on behalf of all the chick octopus, oh, we're supposed to be all grateful that you're not cutting off your other fucking tentacles and like fucking just giving them away around town? Fuck you. Make us a sandwich. Okay. And then, like, don't even get me started on like those fucking toads that have like back poor babies, whatever that the fuck is about. You ever heard about that nonsense? Back poor babies?
No.
I don't really know about it, but somebody told me one time that there's some sort of like frog or something that like opens up all of its back pores, and then like the dude frog just comes and fucking just man nectars and nut gravies all over the place, and it just like goes into their back pores, like that's how they get
I
impregnated.
think
The
I
fuck
think
is
that
that?
I really think that those are called Aleister Crowley frogs.
Good
um,
grief.
Crowley frogs. But no, I've never heard about the like hatch off
Yeah.
my back. I mean, it really saves the vagina if they have a vagina,
Oh
right?
goodness. Yeah, I don't know what
It,
happens. Like
and I don't mean
after.
that as a, I'm not saying saves it like as in, oh yay, it's better if you haven't had kids. What I'm saying is it saves it the birth pain. Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Well, here's the thing. I
Um,
don't know if you got like 150 like fucking little frogs jumping out of your back pores when they're ready to be born. I don't know if that saves anything. Also, I
wouldn't it
don't
be
even know if it's
specially
true.
designed back
I
pores though? Like, I mean, I don't have back
don't
pores big enough.
know.
I think it would be really, I'd rather push one out of my vagina than a pore on my back as a human for sure. Right? Like, that's really, that's like worse than any
I
blackhead
don't
video or
know.
ingrown hair video you've
Oh
ever seen in your
God.
entire life.
I don't know. I see. I don't like. I just told you that I'm a visual person, and now I'm having like weird, like fucking, like a person just like walking out like of the
Okay, well,
elevator door of your back.
I will share an experienced, okay, not in a sexual perspective,
Oh
okay, an
goodness.
experienced fact about octopus again.
Oh, okay,
That
beautiful.
we can, someone can fact check, but I can tell you I experienced, regardless of what science claims now and not
Okay.
claim. Okay, and
Okay,
no,
let me
they
know.
did not have, and you'll know why they didn't have their head about them to actually even choose to offer me up their one phallus detachable penis, right? But
Hmm.
I worked in a fish store once, okay, down at the docks here. Barb's fish shop, fish and chips shop was right next door. Soft docking the I'm soft doxing the dock. I'm soft docking the dogs. I'm not docking anything.
Getting
I'm
at
not
the top of
docking
the dog shit.
anything.
Okay,
I
go
actually
on.
can't dock myself. That's a man-to-man thing. But back
Right.
to this octopus at this
Wait,
fish shop
we need
next
to
to
come
Barb
back to
that I worked
docking
at.
later for sure. But sorry,
Yes,
go on.
exactly. Thank you. We would get in shipments of obviously from the we'd get in different fish coming off the boats and stuff, and even sometimes coming in from suppliers. But the octopus, the octopi, as they came in, they would already have been someone, or I would come into shift and they would have already been butchered, meaning their head had been taken off, right? Sorry, this isn't a better visual, but it's better than the
I
humanoid,
don't know.
anyways.
I'm
So,
gonna focus. You
so
said
they,
you're gonna come into shift, but go on.
yeah. So, but octopus, octopus, they actually have their brains and their nerves go throughout their entire body. So, by removing the head of an octopus, you actually haven't like brain deaded them or killed them, and their tentacle body part stays alive for a long time. And if you're not careful, those things, I mean, they can literally squeeze through almost a fucking keyhole, right? So if you're not careful, you always had to have the lids latched down on the butchered octopus because they would like like the blob sneak out, right? And get under and in things that you would never get them out of once they found their little, I'm gonna die here, hidey hole. I'm sorry, friends. I'm sorry if you're vegans now. Octopus weren't that great to eat in the first place. Maybe we can take it up with PETA and Greenpeace, but it's just another factoid that I thought would be better than babies coming
Oh,
out of human back.
I don't think that that's what you write to them about. Like, dear PETA, I think octopus tastes bad. Could you help?
No, I think they're suffering is what I would say. I think they're suffering, but that's why they had to tell us that they don't have the same nervous systems and feel pain and stuff. But then they told us trees feel pain. So then I was really
Mhm.
glad I wasn't a vegan because I would probably have become a breatharian. And you just got to draw the line somewhere,
A
you know?
breatharian. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. It doesn't go
Um.
with, I don't want to, I actually don't want to die,
Oh, you
much
want to
to
live
my,
forever?
yeah. So I wouldn't become a breatharian, but I might want to because I do smoke incessantly.
What? You smoke?
You can't tell by my voice, by my voice.
Mm.
You can't tell
No.
by the flick of my lighter, or you thought that was just meth. I'm just kidding. It's the wrong. A meth lighter goes,
Terrible.
just so people know if they're listening, a meth lighter goes,
Okay,
not click, click,
okay, this
right?
doesn't help
Um,
either one of our reputations.
the things
Good
I
grief.
learned on YouTube, man, I learned that you got
Uh,
to listen. Okay,
The
this place has
fucking
lots of people with all
navigator.
sorts of vices.
What is up with all you? Smoke them if you got
Do
them, I
we?
guess, but stop. For fuck's sake. I shouldn't say anything though because I'm addicted to cheese and candy. Yo! And delicious things.
Yeah, should we?
Hmm.
What was I going to say? We could do. Do we want to redirect back to the sports and balls?
Yes. So Navigator
Yes.
is one person that I went to. Navigator was the final piece in the puzzle of Nutsack Math. I really needed her input for it to really like awaken my true goddessness or whatever in the world of Nutsack Math. Because I just feel like when you're really able to admit that you might bruise your ball sack if you had one, that you understand the true nurturing nature of a man. You know what I mean? Nurturing is a masculine trait. It is proven by the fact that we aren't just like walking down the street, fucking stepping over nutsacks all day long. You know what I mean? Just by fucking men just ripping them off and being all like itches and just yanking. You know what I mean? Just discarding them. Never
Well,
mind.
and
I know what
yeah,
I
that
mean.
what was that you just said? Empathy is a nurturing is a masculine trait. I mean,
Yeah.
all you have to do is travel the panel channels of the internet, and certain 4chan and Reddit threads to see like the real nurturing. I've felt more nourished on the internet from men, more nurtured, more cared for than anywhere in my entire life.
Mm-hmm.
I've learned so much about, just shutting the fuck up and
Right.
letting them speak about
Yeah.
uh, all things female, and making sure that no matter what is said, from my personal perspective, that I'm reminded that they know better. You know, they know better, and
Oh,
that's
but
just the most
speaking of
nurturing
knowing
thing I've
better,
ever felt.
yeah, this is Navigator's input. Not going to lie, when I wasn't sitting on my balls, I'd be trying to slap people in the faces with them. It's a good thing I don't have them because that's frowned upon. That is so true. It is just, see, that's where society gets in the way. Because do you think society would be better or worse if we were allowed to slap people with our ball sacks? Question mark. I think that is probably for the best that ball sack slaps are not allowed.
What if upper ball and lower ball could actually communicate in those situations where, for just ball slapping and gestures like that, upper
Mhm.
ball can just come down, do
Right.
the job, and retract back up,
Like
right?
in
Or once,
wrestling when
how do
they
they
like,
know that they don't switch sides? How
yeah,
would you
that's
know if you had one ball, you went to bed at night, one bounced down, and the other bounced up?
Yeah, that's why you gotta like take a magic marker and like put a little like scribble on one of your so you can like keep track of your sack. Because yeah, they do that wrestling thing where they like tag one out, like, all right, man, it's your turn. Like, get in the
What if
game.
that? Yeah. What if that's what actually happened to King TL, and that he thought it was always up there and it was just, good to go, but it had actually been switching up and down every day, like little, like some sort of exercising machine, right? And then one day it just like twisted, right?
Oh
And
my
then the
god.
doctor was like, you know what? That thing's never been doing nothing, right? And you're like, okay, I didn't know, but actually it was up and down, up and down.
Like some sort of like pendulum, like fucking sack shit going on. Oh great, look who's here. Look who had the ball sack dragging. It's
Save us
Spike.
from ourselves, Spike. Save us from ourselves.
Spike, no, you're Spike on behalf of all the us, all the your kinds. Today is the day that we acknowledge ball sack stuff, and on behalf of Nut Math, we salute you.
We shout out to all the balls, big and small, up
That's
and
right,
down, side
right.
by side. Can we Google, is there a man with 4 balls? There
I,
are women with 2
I,
vaginas.
I
So,
volunteer you. I volunteer you as tribute to do that search.
okay, I will. I will in a moment.
I can't have that kind of algorithm thing. I looked up some weird spider shit recently, and I can't. I can't have spider and ball stuff like happening. Spike, no, this has been like a true trial. First of all, Bex and I are like probably married in at least 4 different territories because she said that this stream is the best. Kind of, I paraphrase a little bit. Anyways, also, you got a shout out earlier to your nipple of not. I keep wanting to say petroleum, but plutonium is what is up. Anyways, but no. So today is the day that we acknowledge that. Well, I acknowledge. Hi. Wait, let me. Hi, I'm Shift Happens. And if I had a ball sack, either one of these things would happen. Option 1, my ball sack would be bruised because I would be a bad owner because I'm sitting on it, it's getting stuck in a zipper, etc., etc. Or 2, you ain't never seen a more pristine ball sack. Because I'm doing all the facials on my nutsack. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be like, it's time for like a steam bath. Wait, is steam good for nutsacks? See, I would have to do research, but I feel like,
I
you
feel
know
like
what I
a
mean?
mister. I feel like a mister
Yeah.
would
I
be
feel like
better
a
than
pure.
steam.
Okay, yeah, I feel like that's maybe bad,
But
and I
maybe,
don't,
remember the
I
whole
don't.
thaw and heater vagina optics of last live stream? It
Yes,
could be the
really.
case that depending on climate, right, a mister or
Yeah,
steamer would be appropriate.
yeah. On like a cold day, you just want to like squat over a teapot or whatever, like with your balls
Yeah,
out.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
It's
And
good for
and
the
on
core.
a warm day, you want one of those. But actually, you could do it with cold water and a fan and ice and stuff. But that's a lot.
Yeah,
Like just a
yeah,
nice, keep it in. I
yeah,
would say what I would suggest: take an old hairspray bottle, right? Oh yeah, men don't have hairspray because they have their own gel production. I forgot.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
but
of
you could
course.
take they could take an old spray bottle and put some water in it. Keep it in the fridge,
Yep.
right?
If you're
Label
so
it
lucky,
ball mister, although you can mist your plants with your ball mister, and your girlfriend can mist her face, all that jazz.
you can
Um,
spray your plants. It's like kind of like it's a true blessed blitzer, ball blitzer. Anyways, whatever. Okay, Spike, really what you missed is we started a new band. Hold on, what was it fucking called? Phantom.
Psychosomatic phantom ball pain. Was that right?
Psych, uh,
Psychosomatic.
psychosomatic phantom ball pains.
Yeah.
We're going on tour. We have a hot girl summer track coming out soon. He already left like an hour ago, Spike. Spike was like, I'm mad he's Scottish and he's probably a robot.
Spike is Scottish and probably a robot.
Yeah. See, now I know you're smoking. Now I know you're smoking.
I am.
I heard
I
it.
roll my own cigarettes and they go out, like when I keep talking, they just go out. So some
Oh,
people think I actually smoke a lot more than I do because I probably do have to light the cigarette 3 or 4 times. And then on top of it, I'm probably more addicted to butane than I am tobacco by now.
butane.
Mm. What can I ask you on this Monday, August 11th, over here in this side of the world, that still is a Monday? What inspired the sports ball theme? What made you feel so
Yeah. No, I
sweaty?
was telling you
Or
that I was talking to one of my girlfriends and I was telling them about how like there's so very few days that I don't feel affected by, the divine
oh
feminine,
yeah, yeah,
etc.,
yeah.
etc. And so, and then I thought, and then they were like, yeah, guys don't have to know she rolls her own. Pay attention, Spike. Fuck's sake. Can you believe that? I just said that you roll your wait. You just said you rolled your own, and here he is dropping product placement. That's like a man. Just kidding. Anyways, and so then she said something about like, yeah, men don't have to do shit. And then I thought we're being very selfish in our conversation. And I said, you know what? Let me give it to the men sphere, all the pill colored, whatever the fucks. And then I said, shout out to them for ball sack owners, and then admitted that I wasn't sure what kind of ball sack owner I would be. And here we are. And I
I do
decided,
remember that, but I appreciate the refresh.
Yes.
And I'm going to make that look more like it was a planted question for the new people in the crowd.
That's right.
I just
Thank
hit my
you.
bit,
We're
though.
doing a
You're welcome.
little turnaround. Wait, you're changing your. You now want scorpion venom in your. Yo, the other morning, we thought maybe you had suckled the wrong teat and succumbed to your own venom output. It was a whole thing. Anyway, what kind of fucking capitalistic fucking bullshit is this nonsense? Are you selling? Oh, you're talking. Well, see, look at it. That's a man. See, he thought it out. Spike is basically putting oil in his fucking spout. That's smart, Spike. That's an investment in your nipple. Good for you.
Well, and more organic, the scorpion venom, like more. I mean, aren't we part lizard or something? I mean, or is that am I?
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, exactly. I just hit
Oh
my
my
bit there.
gosh, Peppermint Patty! Hi, Peppermint Patty. Oh my gosh, Bex, I have to tell you something, but you're not going to understand it, but you will get it enough. So, okay, like years ago, there was this account on YouTube that was run by this mysterious group of people. So mysterious, in fact, that I swear what I'm about to say is fact. And you're just supposed to accept it, okay? So this group was going around and they were like, whatever. They did all the things, right? And here's, oh my gosh, I had the funniest message. I just got the funniest message. Remind me after to tell you what my delivery that I forgot that I ordered is about to arrive and what it is. Fun fact, it involves balls. Oh my god, that's so funny. I just hold on. Let me just get out of the way. I just got this notification that my pickle balls are gonna arrive soon. And I was like, what the fuck? I totally forgot that I ordered these fucking snacks from around the world or whatever, and it comes with pickle balls. Anyways.
Oh, so you didn't just make that order this morning?
No, I totally
But the synchronicity
so much
is divine.
It is.
It is a
Okay,
sign of
yes,
inspiration.
it is inspirational. Nothing could be more inspirational than fucking pickleballs. Okay, so anyway, so there was this account. There was this account that was around years ago, and it was really integral to all the reasons why I got all fucking sucked into this bullshit on the YouTube screens and all this stuff, right? Anyways, but here's the thing. If you have the let me say finger quote fortunate experience to interact with them directly, this is what you were told. That they are this group of people that they have code names basically. Anyway, so I have not seen them in fucking years. I bumped into this account earlier and I was or today in a different chat, and I was like, are you the blah blah blah, this old account, right? Because I'm there's no fucking way. And they totally used lingo from back then to fucking winky face, fucking elbow knock or whatever, to be it's really them. But I just wanted to say this, that when I fucking interacted with them a long time, no, Peppermint Patty, this is the nut, this is the man gravy part right here. That the ones that I interacted with from this mysterious group, swear, one of them was referred to themselves as, wait for it, the letter E, okay? The letter E. And then the one that I became really close with was the number 9. Okay? And this is what I just had to accept. That I would be writing messages. I was in the dirty fucking filters, in the DMs with this one account where allegedly multiple people had access, which I totally understand. Shout out to Team AF, which is different. But anyways, and they would sign it the letter E, or like sincerely, and then like the number 9, and I just had to, you know what I mean? Like this was this was normal. Anyway, well, here's the thing: out of the letter E and the number 9, in terms of cool, number 9 had it like by far. By far, number 9 was like totally fucking the better of the two. So I allege that anyone who knows who I'm talking about, which are like the old timer folk, or anyone I saw us interact in this other chat earlier, that was number 9 for sure. That fucking is still behind that account. That's all. Isn't that crazy? You ever like dealt with a fucking like random account that's all like, you will refer to me as the symbol, multiplication sign or
I'm
whatever.
actually followed around by an account with an actual voice attached to it that actually jumps on live streams and does that kind of stuff too. Yes, I do know, but not
Wow.
the. Yes, I have
Oh,
been. And
crazy
then it's so
flag.
funny. These are the kinds of people that hop up on a live stream behind you to tell people that you're stalking them, and you're like, displayed action by action. Actually, that's not what stalking is, right? You can't run around behind somebody and jump up behind them and be like, you're stalking me. Like they would never
Right.
fly in the real world,
Yeah.
But here we are on YouTube, especially where I come from, where red pill meets red pill, because robots are stupid.
Yep.
And and that's what we have. Everything's in the upside down. Lucifer runs the world. Blah 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 blah. Land moves. Anyways, nothing is real. Everything is fake. So I'm not surprised. Anyways, I'm
Right.
sorry. I know that I really, part of why I was saying this, one of the best live streams I've ever done, is because I'm not dealing with brainwashed idiots purporting that nothing they've ever learned is true, who actually don't even know how to dictionary and don't even word well anymore. Uh-huh. But that's why I think that what I've really respected about you and your friends, Shifty, as someone who's been more an observer for many months than I was a participant, mostly because of said account, just not wanting to bring those things along that sometimes algorithms make them follow. Anywho, I just really appreciate how much fun you guys have, and even getting off into those sort of drama panel, kind of channels that I feel like I could branch off into with you guys. It looks like a lot more fun. So,
Yeah. Well, I think it legitimately took years for me personally to have any bit of fun out here. It just was immediately traumatic. And so
mm-hmm.
I'm really grateful for. Oh,
Oh,
wait, can you still hear
did I
me?
cut out? I can hear you
Can you
now.
still hear
Yeah.
me?
Can you hear me?
Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah. Sorry, it was just my
Pickleballs
pickleballs are
calling?
here. My pickleballs tickled. I had to bust them in there. Driving. um Anyways, but yeah, it took me years, and I'm so grateful for those that I always say the same thing, or I say thank you to those that make this feel more like a dream than a nightmare, because that's really what it felt like for so long. It
Oh,
was
yeah.
really hard to even justify like participating, because it was like that thing where if me or people I care about are punished because I click onto this thing, like then how do I forgive myself for that? But I also wanted to make sure it was known that, like, I also didn't feel like it was fair to be silenced by other people being horrible. And so it was like
Mm-hmm.
there was that mask, it was like beyond that mask, and so, but it was really, it just took years, and I'm at this place. I really am in such a place of gratitude whenever I do participate, and I have to be very selective of where and how I participate, which is offensive to some, and also I can't care the way that I did before, because it's impossible to fucking fix shit that there's no desire by those that are doing it or
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
whatevering it. If they don't want it to stop, then I certainly cannot stop it. And so I have to get the fuck out of it because I'm super affected. I'm like genuinely sensitive. You know what I mean? Like people will be
Mm-hmm.
like, she's
Mm-hmm.
just like pretending to be sensitive. It's like her grift. Or she's just like the people like again, like the
Uh,
most horrible shit you're gonna hear. Oh, she's not a real fish. Oh no, or she's not as nice as she pretends to be. Oh my god, if that is the worst you could say, then like, and it's been years, like pat on my fucking back because again, I don't show up to try to fucking ruin people and
yeah.
steal their fucking joy and eliminate all possibilities for prosperity in their fucking world. You know what I mean? And endanger and exploit everything that matters to them. Like that's not my fucking stitch. And I also don't encourage other people to do that. Like, I
Yeah.
will. So, anyways, but it took a really, really long time. So it just was interesting, again, just to tie it back to this account
And
that I bumped
so,
into. Like, they remind me of my beginning, like, of how I started. And I'm like, I'm so grateful, again, to be so far from that and also in this place of, like, it's kind of sad to admit it, but also a very, like, a personal triumph to be in a place of numb surrender to certain things because I carried that burden and it fucking was ruining me. Like it was like it fucking like physically, spiritually, mentally, all like omnidirectionally had an effect on me. And
mm,
I was constantly just like trying to fucking fix wrongs that I
you
couldn't and
you are
that weren't
preaching.
mine.
Yeah. You are speaking my entire experience. Like, and there was a point like 2 or 3 months into this where there would be 10 channels, and I'm not exaggerating, talking about me or streaming me or re-streaming each other, streaming about me. It was absolute insanity. And I could not and would not be shoved out of a public space, right? Like I've done stand-up comedy, right? That's one of the scariest things, if no one's ever done it, that anyone could ever do, right? And it really was one of the most addicting things I'd ever done. So when I flashed up my YouTube channel after being out paneling obsessively for 6 months, I monologued and did live streams like crazy. I was a lol cow and I was naive and I was open, and me and my number ones had the most fun, in some of the most open-minded before post quarantine pre shit times ever, and I'm so grateful that I persevered. Um, and I'm even grateful actually to have stooped to levels against people and to have matured to dish it out to people who can dish out what they can't take. I never would have thought I wanted to be a roast comedian, but I am exceptional at it and I enjoy it. And it's the main reason I don't go live on my channel on the regular is because I could feed into it on the daily and have a huge community laughing right along with me. But that's a waste of my time, So I really feel like I have the same very self-protective, as public as I look, we're hopping around where I hop. I'm very self-protective. I've had more false animators than real friends approach me in behind the scenes. And I'm just really grateful, that that neither of us saw each other's first year's experiences. I'm also grateful that I won't stop apologizing to people that I legitimately am sorry for my part in miscommunications, but I also have learned to be so much more mature and skeptical about human behavior. And I have learned, I cried out here. I cried so many times out here, I learned to be strong and show people that emotional maturity is what we're striving for. Feminine, what they call feminine out here is actually emotional immaturity. And the men display it a lot more than the women. I'm just going to say, but that's because we have it's a male dominated space, right? And we've all been traumatized, right? Like we've all as a world suffered. So, anyways, I could go on and on because, I've done 19-hour monologues on my own channel 2 years ago, but it's just such a gift. It really is a gift I'm sorry you went through that, but I also know that without, that I can hear the gratitude you have. And that's a testament to who you are, even more than and what you attract more than even the people that helped you through that. And I know that they would say that to you, right? Don't underestimate the credit you owe yourself for learning all of that, in spite of people who will come up and just consistently choose to position themselves against you because that's all they have to get attention, So, anyways.
Yeah, no, thank you. And then I feel that way too. Again, I hear you, talk about the lore and the things that like you feel that you have to speak out against. And I, again, like it resonates with me. And again, we do, have our own stories, our own experiences, and our own traumas and stuff. But it's that human experience, that intimate understanding of hurt that is universal. And so that's why it just is so bizarre to me that people go so far out of their way to create that experience for strangers.
Mm-hmm.
And most often I've witnessed based on absolutely nothing except for their own bitter boredom. And it just,
Mm-hmm.
that to me is so foreign. And again, all these years later, I'm grateful for that, because if that ever became something that didn't surprise me, then like I stayed too long. I, eroded too far, because like that became I do say that like I expect, I like jokingly will say stuff to like new people, just be like, let me say fuck you first, because they assume like, because no new
Mm-hmm.
friends and this and that. But I genuinely don't stumble around the planet expecting people to be terrible. And that would be my understanding if I allowed the experience of this plane to become my like expectation of reality. And but then when I
Mm-hmm.
really do the nut math of it all, um I really, again, I mean, there are people that are day oneers, people that like, again, people that I'll never meet that I speak to like more than some family, and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that to me is so interesting. And that is what drew me to this opportunity of connection. It wasn't an opportunity of fucking chaos, you know what I mean? That was like the
Mm-hmm.
last
Yep.
thing that I expected, was that people had a hobby of hatred. That didn't even occur to me that that was happening. And so again, I really am in a position of gratitude, and I'm also grateful that you even like hear it, or whatever, believe it, because that is my truth. I really am so grateful, and this year has been so good. So, and again, not that it hasn't been hard like they are, um but I just, out of all the, since I started this, like YouTube, whatever the fuck, this year has been the best. Like I feel
Mm-hmm.
so solid in my understanding. I get it now. And like I said, like I am not picking up the litter of the fucking fuck shit anymore, and I'm not trying to
Mm-hmm.
fucking teach people about to be eco heroes in that sense, and being like, you're an eco hero, like you're just spewing all your shit everywhere. No, you know what I mean? If I pick it up and I fucking recycle it, for, like just to do the right thing, that's fine. No, I don't need, I gotta talk about it, and I just keep on fucking keeping on, because that's what's up. You can't do things for in certain situations. You can't do things for others. And again, right is right, wrong is wrong. And on some channels more than others, it seems to matter. Like victims matter more or less depending on like where you are. But I'm just, again, like this little teeny tiny little space that has been carved out by me and a few. I really am grateful for, and the things that have happened through this channel, on this channel. Um, I'm just, I'm I feel lucky to have been part of it. And yeah, it's just,
Me too. I've grown. I'm even grateful for all of that resistance. Matured me so much. I was so brainwashed into nonsense 2.5 years ago, and not just on truth or nonsense, but all that propaganda on family and toxicity and narcissism. And I'm not saying that that isn't in my family. I'm just saying I was already relatively isolated from information and the information I was choosing to watch. And the wake up call to me with this resistance, because I was talking brainwashing, I was talking social addiction, I was talking phone addiction, I was questioning the things that I had been sort of towing the line for, even in the conspiracy sector, conspiratainment sector, as I like to call it, you know. And so when I look back at the journey of even who made the first content, who spoke about me, who made a video and cut my name and face, and who sewed words to my image, and who did this, and who streamed me for 11 hours straight, and who obsessed for 3 months straight, and who did for 2 years straight. I'm so grateful for the order of those people, for who came in. And even as they were doing those things to me, they taught me and everything I know about this, you know, how this app works. Like in essence, I am so much more mature. And I used to say this on my channel, that this has helped me mature. And the guys would be like, she grew up on the internet. I was so naive. And as much as I'd love to say about myself that, you know, I wish in ways that I was that same naive woman of 2.5 years ago who's really intelligent, never thought she could be so gullible. And there are aspects of that person that I wish I still had innocently, but that's not what we're here to do as a species, you know? And so I feel like I've been able to maintain my sense of play and grow up in a way that a single person with no kids, who grew up in the same broken, familyed Western society as these men like to blame me for. I'm the sister, not the mother, not the grandmother. I'm the sister, you know? And, I'm just so grateful, because I wouldn't, you know, not millions of dollars of counseling couldn't have given me the lessons I've learned. And I feel the same way about the people that I've grown to really love as strangers, and even some of the ones that really can still make me laugh as resistance to me. You know, I'm just grateful that in the end it comes full circle, and I actually really care about the world. I really, you know, think it's a good place to be. I'm not, you know, a pessimist that way. I never was. And all in all, you know, like I sit in gratitude as well, you know? So, you know, from super fun to super philosophical and personal, you know, I just want to extend that gratitude again to you today, and to your audience for welcoming me. I can be a super enthusiastic and very verbose. And I, you know, look forward to sitting more and listening to some of the other people that come to visit you as well. And I have to go soon. I have to be somewhere at 1:30. And you know, I'm just so grateful to be here, and I've spent this time with you today. So
Oh my gosh!
you know,
Hi, Hank Hill. Hank Hill now.
I'm gonna miss, not steam, before I go, the phantom ball pain of the phantom balls that I don't have. Just as a ritualistic homage to the men of the world, and you know, the bruised ball syndrome that they may all be suffering from. And yeah.
Well, thank you so much for sharing time and space with me. I adore doing that with you and learning more about you. And this was everything and more. And so I look forward to next time for sure.
Me too. And I hope that I hope you'll visit my channel again when I do go live. I will go live more than once every 2 months. I relearned from the last one. It was so much fun, but I also know that I am ready to do more of this than that, you know, and to do what I was doing to begin with. And even though that was this, it also had a lot of you know, let's just say information that information sharers coming up that wanted to share information with me in ways that I need to, you know, redirect, so that that can be like, hey, let's talk about what you want to talk about, not what I want to talk about.
No, it's Miss, don't go anywhere. I have to ask you science questions. But I want to just say, continue to say goodbye to you. I know you have an appointment. But until next time, be well, be safe.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You want me to go, or you want to kick me?
I want to kick you.
Okay, kick me. When you're ready.
Okay,
I'm ready.
Goodbye. That's right. That's how you do it. Mid-sentence. Locksmith, on behalf of our departed guest, Bex. Hey, Locksmith, do you mind doing some science for me real quick? I dropped the link, but there's no way to click on it, of course, because you never do. So I won't even bother. But Locksmith, in terms of your splooge, do you prefer to refer to it as man nectar or nut gravy? If you could let me know in the chat, that'd be splendiferous. Because science. Also, I hope that you're doing well. Yep. I feel like it's been a long time. You shouldn't have left me without a Octopi to step two. Spike! Why that face? It's science. Baby! Oh my god. Baby batter. Oh, you're grounded. Bex, we have a new contender. Also, that's the name of nobody's band. It's called Baby Batter. That sounds. Bye, Bex. Also, I'm so terribly sorry, specifically to you, Spike. I feel like whenever you pop in here, there's something truly ew going on. Also, thank you for being here. Wasted Baby Batter is an even better name. That is a good band name. What up, Houston? We're Wasted Baby Batter. Good grief. Mercy me. Well, where do we go from here? Ay. Okay, so the takeaway here is everybody should watch Night Bitch. Some that have already watched Night Bitch, you are exempt from this. For the rest of you have to watch Night Bitch. It's a horrible movie, but you have to watch it. There's like 3 good moments in it, if that. I don't really remember, but whatever. Also, hoop earrings make a fucking cameo in it, so there's that, if nothing else. That is the most raunchy, whatever that's called. I can't remember. Like, it's like a pictograph, but it's whatever. But that's the dick of all smileys. Just FYI. I learned that. So just FYI, Locky Poo. Also, the sector your fucking people over there, Locksmith, are fucking cray. What the fuck? What the actual fuck? Actually, there's only like 2 channels that I go, like 3 channels that I go to over yonder, but every time I go, it's fucking crazy. And I have no fucking clue, and I'm grateful for it. But Locksmith, I just want you to know that if I ever considered those larger people. Okay, fair enough. But Locksmith, I just need you to know, I'm trying to like heart tethered to you right now, that if I ever actually considered having Nightbot, I would go to you and ask for your expertise to program or whatever the fuck, integrate Nightbot into the system. Because I feel like you. See, you knew it. Oh wait, that's not you. That's fucking Bex. That's what I'm saying. It's the most dick of all the smileys. I learned that the hard way. Because, yeah, well, I don't think I will ever invite Nightbot, but I just wanted you to know that I would go to you for that. Dang. Wait, can you guys hear that when my phone rings? Because ringtone docs is so. Dang. Look, it's getting better and better or something. Making baby batter around here. Oh, no one never can say that again. How do you ever eat, like, ugh, pancakes when you say stuff like that? You eat pancakes in that mouth? Yo! Remember that time that I lost my favorite hair tie and then I found it? Guess what? Guess who lost it again? Guess where it is? I don't know. It's gone. It's my fault though, because I did like a double French braid situation, you know? So then, like, it was like the two braids. There was it was a too big hair tie for holding the two braids at the bottom. You know what I mean? It gone. I don't know where it is. Oh, but c'est la vie. You know what I mean? Now I'm just free braiding, just like slowly but surely. Bylogs it. Oh no, no, nope. I just checked in with my hair, and we're down to mostly just pigtails. Dang, fucking hair tie. Where are you? But I did find my dual colored hair clip, which I was looking for. It's pink on one side, purple on the other side, because it's fun like that. You did find that. So you lose some, the door opens, the window shuts, or something. I don't know. Also, where did I put the fucking thing of strawberries? I put them somewhere. I don't know where. I was gonna take him to the park, and I like packed the whole satchel. I have no fucking clue where it is. No fucking clue. I need to find it though. It's on my list. So if you bump into a hairstyle or a thing of strawberries, let me know because shit, I gotta find them. I gotta find them too. Ugh. Yawn doc. All right, I gotta go. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here. Oh my gosh, I forgot already. My pickleballs are here. I gotta go get them. Hold on, I'm taking the braids out. Where do you put your popsicles to melt? My mouth? Question mark? Oh, oh yeah, and it's like super allergy season. Shout out to anyone who like has been sneezing nonstop or like can't breathe. Oh, I woke up earlier to a situation where only one nostril worked, and I just was like, well, I'll be damned, did dare get old dude. Ugh. Oh, that's where the strawberries might be? Huh. Huh. I don't know. I mean, there's only so many places. You know where it's gonna be the last place I put them. I hate when people say shit like that. We're like, have you seen my glasses? Yeah, they're the last place you put them. Yeah, they both. Yeah, I've got a. Yeah, yeah. But here's the thing. Update. I did find that avocado that I put in a weird whatever. Oh my gosh! And it's nectarine season, like in some parts of the world or whatever. If you happen to be so lucky and blessed to be in a place where you can have them locally or have them imported, put them in your fucking mouth. This has been the best year for nectarines. I swear, by the sun and the moon and the stars in the sky, and also Savage Garden. Oh my gosh, they're so fucking good. I'm talking about a yellow nectarine too, and I don't normally see colors and stuff, but I fucking love nectarines. And my mouth is already just thinking about them. Oh, you know what else I had that I hadn't like prepared by myself in a long time? Corn. I like fucking spent the other day like peeling corn or husking corn, whatever the fuck it's called when you like gotta earn your corn. And I totally forgot that there's like corn hair, and it's so soft. I don't know what that shit's called. But I literally was like, should I save this and like super glue it to something? Make like a fucking like doll out of it or whatever? But then I thought, it's food? I don't know, like, how that works. I feel like it would rot? Question mark. I don't know. But it was like so soft. And then also a fucking shucking, I shucked. What did I say? Husk. I shucked corn. Shifty shucks corn. And am I allowed to sing that song? I feel like that song is not allowed to be sung. Never mind. Moving on. But yeah, I literally was like, this is a My Little Pony fucking tale right here. But then it went from super fun to fucking nightmare because I'm like very like I can't handle like one of those stringy things being on my fucking corn. Like there's no way for me to be like, yeah, it's fine. Like we'll just put them on the grill, and like even if I'm like they'll burn off. No, I'm like that is the fucking corn hair that I'm gonna fucking choke on. You know what I mean? And also, hold on, wait, Spike, don't listen to this part. Also, speaking of fucking lore and weird shit that's occurred on these streets, I listened to somebody wish death upon someone, saying they said go eat a bag of dicks and like choke on a fucking pube or something like that. That was the vibe. And that's what I kept thinking about with this fucking shucking situation. Was that one of these fucking GD fucking corn hairs was gonna get caught in my fucking, tangle around my. Wait, hold on. Let me look up this word because I don't want to say. Hold on. I just want to make sure I'm saying the right word. Yeah, uvula. Uvula. Sorry, I was a little scared to say what the uvula because I didn't want to say something else. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Is that like there was some corn where it was just like ain't no problem, like it just fucking like shed it right away, and then there was some where it was like fucking like woven in between every kernel and shit, and I was like, leave no corn hair behind because no fucking way. I also thought, guess who's gonna start a fire with fucking weird corn hair, and I imagine having to tell the marshal like, oh, I'm sorry, I thought it would just burn off on the flame or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't know the rules of fucking corn hair, and so it was like a whole fucking nightmare. And I thought, was it worth it? Was it worth it? I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. But let me tell you this: I ate my corn with nothing on it, not even a smidgen of butter or salt or anything, and it was fucking good. But I also felt like I did so much shucking or whatever the fuck. Like I feel like there was more shuck stuff than corn. Like I kept being like, where is the corn? Like how many layers of fucking this and then I thought, what, did you hear that? Hello? Did somebody just come inside the house? Hold on a second. Okay, sorry, we're fine. What corn? Something, I don't know. Anyways, I ate the corn plain. It was really good. I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted. I'm too tired to talk anymore. Gotta end this street. Thank you for being here, y'all. Or I could go have an energy drink and fucking just explode. But I'm not gonna do that because I had a supposed caramel apple flavored energy drink followed immediately by a diet soda pop, and I feel like they created absolute caffeine chaos within me, and I'm like barely getting off of that fucking situation, and so I don't know if I really want to like welcome a new one. However, the night is young. We'll see what happens, etc., etc. Anyways, thanks to Cowboys. Thank you so much to Bex. Thanks to Noel for trying to come back on stage. Sorry. The other person that like first hit the button, I'll reach out to you later. It just wasn't for today. Do that here. Welcome back, Christine Boo. Ugh. What else can I tell you? I'm grateful to the person who told me that I'm not a burglar for the situation that happened. Oh, again, remember that time that I got all that free crab? Well, I got into another situation with the market where I canceled my order, but they delivered it anyway, and so shoulder shrug, right? I don't know the rules on that. What else? Yeah, I think that's basically it. I might have hit my limit with peppers and onions. I was on like a total peppers and onions kick. Like couldn't have enough like fajita situations and like stuff like that. I think today was the day where I just was like, oh, I don't think I like these anymore. I don't know. All right, I have to shut up. I need to go to the different. I need to go touch grass. I need to go. I don't know. I need a nap. Thanks for being here. Thank you so much to the mods. Thanks to the members. Hey, did you know that you could become a member? How about that? I dare you to do it. Also, get like 50 of your friends to do it. That would be splendiferous. Oh, yeah. All right, I'm going to shush. Thank you. Bye.